Thank you. Hello. Please have a seat. Thank you. You sound excited.
Zvučite uzbuđeno.
It's lunchtime.
Vrijeme je ručka.
This is normally time when I have lunch.
Ovo je vrijeme kada obično ručam.
And after lunch,
A nakon ručka malo se odmorim.
I have to sleep for half an hour.
Spavam pol sata ili sat vremena.
That was one of my dreams.
To je bio jedan od mojih snova.
That was one of the reasons why I went diamond.
To je bio jedan od razloga zašto sam postao dijamant.
Because I like to eat.
Jer volim jesti.
And my wife made it a tradition that at lunchtime the family is together. The children come, Eva and me.
I moja žena je napravila tradiciju od ručka da smo cijela obitelj okupljena.
And after lunch, you know, when you ate, you feel tired, right?
A nakon ručka, znate, kad ste jeli, onda se osjećate umorno,
And
tako?
so when we started our new house, I made sure she makes a beautiful bench you can lie down.
I kada smo radili našu novu kuću, pobrinuo sam se da imam jednu prekrasnu klupu na kojoj se može legnuti.
And when you come to our house, it's perfect.
I kad dođete u našu kuću, ona je perfektna.
I eat there.
Ja tamo jedem
My family and the babysitter and so on.
sa svojim obitelji i sa dadiljama.
And after everybody finished and we have some talk, what happened in the school, what happened at work.
I kad smo svi završili i kad popričamo malo šta je bilo na poslu, šta je bilo u školi.
And babysitter trained Nina, she's now 8 years of age.
Nina sada ima 8 godina.
That she always does the homework then.
I njezina dadilja ju je naučila da odmah nakon ručka radi svoju
So
zadaću.
Nina goes and makes the homework.
I onda Nina ide raditi zadaću.
And then the lady who's the cook, she cleans the table and she goes and cleans and washes the dishes.
A naša kuharica onda opere posuđe.
And so everybody has some certain things to do.
I svako ima određene zadaće.
All I have to do,
Sve što ja moram raditi,
I can sleep like this, right there.
ja odmah tamo zaspim.
You know how nice this is?
Znate kako je to lijepo?
It's worth to go diamond just for this.
Samo zbog toga se isplati postati dijamant.
Because if we work, we mainly work in the evening.
Jer mi radimo naš glavni posao na večer.
And so I need to be excited in the evening. I don't need to be excited at lunchtime.
Ja moram biti oduševljen na večer, ne moram biti oduševljen za ručkom.
And it's also not good for me to eat at night.
I za mene nije dobro da jedem na večer.
So lunchtime is a really great time.
Znači, ručak je super vrijeme.
Habit, you know.
Znate, navike.
Remember we are the results of our habits?
Sjetite se da smo mi rezultat naših navika.
If you do it every day, you cannot say, no, I'm at the seminar. Wow, this is really exciting.
Ako to radite svaki dan, vi ne možete odjedanput reći, danas smo na seminaru, danas oduševljen.
But for you, I wanted to congratulate you for qualifying for this meeting.
Vama želim svima čestitati što ste se kvalificirali za ovaj susret.
So you influenced 10 people to come to the seminar.
Dakle, vi ste utjecali na 10 ljudi da dođu na ovaj seminar.
And so you are a leader.
Dakle, vi ste lider.
Because you told them this is important for them.
Jer ste im vi rekli da je ovo važno za njih.
And so I want to congratulate you.
I stoga vam želim čestitati.
But I want to mainly congratulate all the ones who are the first time at the 10 plus meeting.
Ali uglavnom želim čestitati prije svega onima koji su prvi puta na 10 plus susretu. Koji su
Let's
ti?
give them an applause.
Možemo mi dati aplauz.
At the 10 plus meeting?
Prvi puta na 10 plus.
Congratulations.
Čestitamo.
Very good.
Odlično.
You should feel good.
Vi biste se trebali osjećati dobro.
You should feel proud.
Trebali biste se osjećati ponosno.
Because it was not easy.
Jer nije to bilo jednostavno.
But the main thing is when you did it once,
ali najvažnije je kad ste to učinili
you can
jednom,
do it the second time and you can do it the third time.
vi to možete učiniti i drugi i treći put.
So now your main question is today, of the people who come in the afternoon,
Vaše glavno pitanje danas
who of those people will be the next time at the 10 plus?
je tko će od ovih ljudi što će doći poslije podne biti idući puta na 10 plus.
So your job today
Dakle, vaš zadatak danas
is to have one or two of those people or those couples
je da imate jedan ili dva para
and you introduce them to your counseling upline.
i da ih upoznate sa vašim uplineom koji vam drži
And then you
savjetovanje.
tell them, look, this will be the couple at the next 10 plus.
I da kažete, evo, ovaj par to će biti idući koji će biti na 10 plus.
And your upline
A vaš upline
will say, look, when you reach the next time 10 plus,
će reći, vidite, kad vi idući puta dođete na 10 plus,
I want to spend some special time with you.
ja želim provesti nešto specijalnog vremena sa vama.
This is what you have to learn.
To je ono što vi morate naučiti.
Picking out a few people,
Izaberete nekoliko ljudi
and those people agree, yes, I want to be at this 10 plus meeting next time.
i ti ljudi se slože da ja želim biti na idućem 10 plus.
Introduce them to the upline.
Upoznajte ih sa vašim
They
uplineom.
look into their eyes.
Oni ih pogledaju u oči
So they know that somebody else knows it,
Oni znaju da još neko osim vas to zna
and then you meet them next time.
i onda ih upoznate drugi puta.
But I don't want to start with the business because Mr. Solt and Helene had such a great speech about opens and what to do and how to do it.
Ali ja ne želim sad govoriti toliko o tehnici poslovanja jer gospodin Zoltan Helen je održao super predavanje o openima i kako se to radi.
And I'm so happy he does it because that's the duplication.
I ja sam jako sretan što on to radi jer je to duplikacija.
That's the experience.
To je iskustvo.
And it's so important because the growth comes from the opens.
I to je tako važno zato što rast dolazi od opena.
If your opens don't grow, your business will not grow.
Ako vam broj ljudi na openima ne raste, vaš posao ne
So this
raste.
is the weekly goal. Every week I have to check how many people come to the opens.
Dakle, to je tjedni cilj. Svaki tjedan moram provjeriti koliko ljudi dolaze na opene.
And if you're competitive,
A ako ste natjecateljski, duh raspoloženi,
even if you're not competitive, you need to know your number at the opens.
čak i ako niste, vi morate znati koji su vaši brojevi na openu.
If I wake you up at midnight
Ako vas probudim u ponoć
and I say how many people were at the last open, how many legs were there, you know it.
i pitam vas koliko vam je bilo na prošlom openu nogu, koliko ljudi, vi to znate.
Would you know from the last open?
Da li bi vi to znali sa zadnjeg
How
opena?
many people were there?
Koliko je ljudi bilo
And how many different legs did you have there?
i koliko različitih nogu ste imali tamo?
That's a vital sign.
To je vitalni znak.
That's an important one. That's a weekly vital sign.
I to važan, tjedni vitalni znak.
And so you need to know, am I growing?
I vi morate znati da li ja rastem,
Is the group growing?
da li grupa raste.
And if you're competitive,
A ako ste natjecatelj,
I also look at my competitors.
ja gledam i one s kojima se natječem.
How many did he bring?
Koliko je on doveo?
I do that.
Ja to
You
radim.
don't need to do it. You're so beautiful. You're so nice.
Vi to ne morate raditi, vi ste tako ljubazni,
How you're
tako
all a happy
super.
family.
Svi smo složna obitelj.
No. We wanted to go diamond.
Ne, mi smo htjeli postati dijamanti.
We wanted to know how we growing. Who is number one?
Mi smo htjeli znati kako rastemo, ko je broj 1.
I don't want to be number 2, number 3. I want to be the number 1.
Ja ne želim biti broj 2 ili
I want
3,
to
ja
have the
želim broj 1.
majority at that open.
Ja želim imati većinu na tom openu.
I want to make sure that I show the plan.
Ja želim osigurati da ja pokazujem
I want to make
marketing
sure that
plan.
my people are on the stage and making the impacts.
Ja hoću da moji ljudi su na pozornici i prave impact.
So we were competitive.
Dakle, mi jesmo se natjecali.
And some of you are more and some of you are less.
Neki od vas su više,
remember-
neki manje.
But remember, that's a leaders meeting here.
Ali sjetite se, ovo je leaders meeting.
So that's why we need to talk like this.
I zbog toga moramo razgovarati na ovoj razini.
And about how many people you bring to BBS, how many legs, you know that's naturally.
I o tome koliko ljudi trebate dovesti na BBS i koliko nogu, ja mislim da vi to znate.
But I should say hello to you from my wife, from Eva.
Moram vas pozdraviti od moje supruge Eve.
And as you know, on Sunday is Mother's Day.
I kao što znate, u nedjelju je Majčin dan.
Is it also here Mother's Day?
Jel to i ovdje Majčin dan?
Is it important or
Jel to
are you
važno?
celebrating it?
Jel slavite to?
Or not really?
Ili ne baš?
No, you should do it.
Trebali biste.
When I started the business,
Kad sam ja počeo ovaj posao,
my wife made exams to run a restaurant and the hotel.
moja žena je polagala ispite da bi mogla upravljati restoranom, odnosno
So she had
hotelom.
to go to school and she had to learn.
Dakle, morala ići u školu i učiti.
And I was for 6 weeks the man at home.
Ja sam 6 tjedana bio muškarac u kući.
I thought this is beautiful.
Ja sam mislio, pa to je super.
Nina was very small.
Nina je bila skroz mala,
You just had to feed her and then she slept again.
samo si morala nahraniti i ona je dalje spavala.
That was not true.
To nije bila istina.
I had to change her diapers.
Morao sam mijenjati pelene.
Every time I changed a diaper, it was full again.
Kad god bih promijenio, odmah je opet se napunilo.
And then you feed her with the food.
Onda je hranite.
She doesn't eat it. She just wants to play.
Ona ne jede, nego samo se hoće igrati.
And then you clean the windows.
I onda očistite prozore.
And here comes Nina with her fingers. And makes it all dirty again.
I onda dođe Nina sa svojim prstićima i opet zaprlja.
And then I had to cook for my wife.
Onda sam morao kuhati za svoju ženu,
And I'm no cook.
a ja nisam kuhar.
So I had all this frozen food.
Dakle, imao sam svu tu smrznutu
And not
hranu.
even this worked.
I čak ni to nije funkcioniralo.
And then after she ate it, and I know she didn't like it, but she said she likes it.
I nakon što je pojela, ja znam da joj nije to odgovaralo, ali ona je rekla da joj se svidjelo.
You have to clean all the dishes.
Morate oprat sve to suđe.
Breakfast,
Doručak,
lunch,
ručak,
dinner.
večera.
Then you have to wash, you have to iron.
Morate onda oprati rublje, glačati.
That's the worst job I ever had.
To je bio najgori posao koji sam ikad radio.
And that's why let's celebrate Mother's Day.
I zbog toga proslavimo Majčin dan.
Congratulations and thanks to all the mothers.
Čestitam i zahvaljujem svim majkama.
You do a wonderful job.
Vi radite super posao.
And we celebrate it at home.
Mi to slavimo kod
It is
kuće.
very important at least once a year to think about the mother.
Jako je važno, barem jedanput godišnje sjetiti se majke.
Spoil the mother, please.
Da je
Spoil your wife.
razmazimo naše supruge
And then go back to normal life.
i onda se vratimo normalno u životu.
But like all good things in Western countries,
Ali kao sve dobre stvari u zapadnim zemljama,
the businesses see a big business in Mother's Day.
tvrtke vide veliki posao u majčinom danu.
They make a big business out of Christmas, they make a big business out of Mother's Day,
Oni naprave veliki posao
Father's Day.
od majčinog dana,
Valentine's
od
Day.
dana zaljubljenih, od dana očeva,
All
od
those good
Božića.
things
Sve te dobre stvari
which are really good.
koje su stvarno dobre
Everybody wants to make some money,
i svi žele na tome zaraditi.
except the distributors.
Osim distributera.
They don't get it.
Oni to ne skuže.
Everybody makes money around them except the distributors. They don't think about advertisement.
Svi zarađuju okolo njih, samo ne oni sami. Oni ne razmišljaju o promidžbi.
Because most of the people don't understand it is a business.
Jer većina ljudi ne razumiju da je to posao.
Think like a businessman.
Razmišljate kao poslovni čovjek.
When you see advertising in the newspaper, you see advertising in the magazines, I'm also a business person.
Kad vidite bilo koju reklamu u časopisu ili bilo gdje drugdje, sjetite se, ja sam poslovni čovjek.
And so my wife invited my mother for Mother's Day to go to Germany with her.
I moja supruga je pozvala moju majku da ide s njom u Njemačku za majčin dan.
And so on Friday morning, they flew to Stuttgart.
I tako su u petak ujutro odletjele u Stuttgart.
And this is where my wife goes twice a year shopping.
I tamo moja žena ide 2 puta godišnje u shopping.
And when I talk shopping, I mean shopping, okay?
I kad kažem shopping, onda stvarno mislim shopping.
We have in the MV Corporation, in the catalog, we have different suitcases.
Mi u MV-u imamo u europskom katalogu razne kofere.
She goes to the airport with one suitcase.
Ona ode na aerodrom sa jednim koferom.
Big one, very big one.
Velikim.
But within this big one,
Ali u tom velikom
there's another one,
ima još jedan,
and another one,
i još jedan,
and another one.
i još jedan.
She goes with 4 suitcases to Germany
Ona se vraća sa 4 puna kofera
to go shopping. Only for clothes.
samo odjeća.
And she says, this is good for the business.
I ona kaže, to je dobro za posao.
Nancy Dornan told me, it is true, this is good for the business.
Nancy Dornan mi je rekla, to je istina, to je dobro za posao.
And so in Austria and Germany, many women just come to see what is Eva Nusshold wearing at this weekend seminar.
Mnogi Austrijanci i Njemci dolaze na vikend seminar samo da vide što nosi Eva.
And this excites my wife and it excites the other women, so it's okay.
To uzbuđuje moju ženu i druge žene i to je u redu.
And so she took my mother with her.
I dakle, povela je moju majku sa sobom.
And so yesterday already they know exactly where to go.
I dakle, jučer su već znali točno kuda
And
treba
she
otići.
tried it on. And this is work. This is not only fun, this is work. That everything fits together, it is work.
I da sve paše jedno s drugim i to je posao.
And so she found lots of good stuff.
I našla je puno dobrih stvari.
And then at 6 o'clock, she got all this clothes together.
I u 6 poslijepodne skupila je svu tu odjeću,
She took her credit cards out
izvadila svoju kreditnu karticu
and just told the lady, look, this is my credit card, just deduct it.
i rekla, gospođe, vidite, ovo je moja kreditna kartica, samo ju...
Because I talked to her on the phone today.
Razgovarao sam s njom telefonski danas.
And then she said, but excuse me, but this does not work, this credit card.
A onda je gospođa na kasi rekla, oprostite, ali ovu kreditnu karticu ne uzimamo.
So Eva thinks, why shouldn't this work, you know?
Eva je mislila, a zašto to ne bi funkcioniralo?
This is my credit card, I know there's a lot of money on it, it's no problem.
To je moja kreditna kartica, ja znam da je puno novaca na računu, dakle u čemu je problem?
So she gets out her second credit card.
Dakle, izvadi svoju drugu kreditnu
And she gives
karticu
it to this lady at the cash registration.
i da gospođi na kasi.
And this lady tries it,
I gospođa pokuša
says, it doesn't work.
i kaže, ne funkcionira.
Now Eva worked all day to get everything together.
Eva je radila cijeli dan da sve skupi
And if she goes shopping, it's around 10,000 German marks when she buys those clothes.
i jedan prosječni shopping je oko 10.000 maraka.
And now the lady says, look, I'm sorry, you don't have the money. I can give you the clothes.
I sad gospođa na kasi kaže, žao mi je, nemate novce, ne mogu vam dati odjeću.
My mother looks at my wife and thinks, Jesus, are they always doing it like this?
Moja majka pogleda moju suprugu i misli si, Bože, što oni to svaki put tako rade.
And you know what the lady said at the shop?
Znate što je rekla gospođa u prodavaonici?
Maybe your husband canceled your credit card at the bank.
Možda je vaš suprug poništio kreditne kartice.
Maybe this happens sometimes in Germany, I don't know.
Možda se to dogodi koji puta u Njemačkoj, ne znam.
So, the good thing is,
Dakle, dobra stvar je,
Eva was not upset about it last night.
Eva se nije uzbudila zbog toga jučer na večer.
She doesn't know what the problem is.
Ona ne zna u čemu je problem.
So I'm sure she solves it today somehow.
Dakle, siguran sam da će danas riješiti taj problem
Otherwise
nekako.
she just keeps the clothes there. Next week they send the money and then they send her the clothes.
A u protivnom će tamo ostaviti odjeću, poslati novac i onda će oni poslati odjeću.
But you see, that's the problems of diamonds.
Ali vidite, to su problemi dijamanata.
So life will never be perfect, please, okay?
Dakle, život nikad neće biti perfektan.
Get used to it.
Naviknite se.
But for you, I saw Gino Fotak
Što se tiče vas, vidio sam kako Gino Fotak
talking before about the MB Corporation, the opening.
govori o otvorenju MBA.
And we had that meeting late last night, yesterday,
I imali smo susret jučer na
with
večer
the management.
sa managementom
And last night, I'm sure he worked late at night to put everything down.
i sigurno sam da je do kasno jučer pisao i pripremao ove
He
folije.
prepared it for you.
To je radio za vas.
Thank you, Gino.
Hvala, Gino.
Very good. And so for me, it is the first time in Croatia. I've never been in Croatia before.
I dakle, za mene ovo je prvi puta u Hrvatskoj, nikad nisam bio u
I
Hrvatskoj.
just flew into Croatia yesterday, into Zagreb.
Jučer sam sletio u Zagreb
And I was picked up and I stayed at a nice hotel here.
i tamo su došli po mene i odsjeo sam u lijepom hotelu.
But some interesting things happened. I tell you in this small circle here, okay?
Ali neke interesantne stvari su se dogodile, ja ću vam to ispričati u ovom malom krugu.
If you stay in a nice hotel,
Ako odsjednete u lijepom
very
hotelu,
often they have buffet.
često oni imaju švedski stol
And so you can take whatever you want.
i možete uzeti što god želite.
And so last night I had dinner with some people.
I jučer sam imao večerao s nekim ljudima
And today I had breakfast for myself.
i jutro sam doručkovao sam
And they always want you that you take the buffet, for sure.
i oni uvijek žele da vi uzmete švedski stol.
Because that's good business for them.
Jer je to za njih dobra zarada.
You eat a little bit, but they charge you a lot.
Vi malo pojedete, a oni vam puno naplate.
And so most of the time they don't even ask you, do you want to have a buffet or the other one?
I većinom vas niti ne pitaju da li želite švedski stol ili želite onaj drugi doručak.
So this happened to me yesterday at lunchtime.
Dakle, to mi se dogodilo jučer za
And it
ručak
happened to me again in the morning.
i dogodilo mi se i jutros.
I go into the restaurant.
Uđem u restoran,
There's a lady with a pult and she seats you.
tamo je gospođa za pultom koja vas
And she
smješta
just says, please write down your name, your room number,
i ona kaže, molim vas zapišite vaše ime i broj vaše sobe
and just sign.
i samo potpišite.
I think that's strange.
Ja si pomislim, to je čudno.
I sign, okay, no problems.
Ja sam se
Then I sit
potpisao,
down.
ok. Onda se sjednem
And then I just order some tea
i onda sam naručio čaj
and an omelette.
i jedan omlet.
That's all I
Kajgan.
wanted to eat.
To je sve što sam htio pojesti.
Other times I only eat muesli.
A neki drugi puta jedem samo müsli.
Some other time I only just have some bread and butter and honey.
Nekad samo kruh i putar ili kruh i med.
And then I ask the waitress, what about the bill? Can I sign?
I onda pitam konobaricu što je sa računom, mogu li
No.
potpisati?
You don't need to. You signed before.
Ona je rekla, ne treba, vi ste već prije potpisali.
But they don't know what I ate.
Ali oni ne znaju što sam ja pojao.
Oh, that's no problem. You just pay for the buffet.
A ona je rekla, to nije problem, vi samo platite za švedski stol.
Is that smart?
Jel to pametno?
I go to the front, I go to the waitress,
Odem napred do one konobarice za
and I
pultom
say, excuse me, this is not what I used.
i kažem, oprostite, ovo nije ono na što sam ja navikao.
It's not about the money, but it's principles.
Ne radi se o novcima, nego o principima.
I said, look, I only had this and this and this. This is what I pay for.
Rekao sam, pojao sam samo to i to i to i to ću platiti.
And I said, are you always doing it like this?
I pitao sam, da li vi uvijek to ovako na ovaj način radite?
She says, yes.
Ona je rekla da.
Important lesson.
Važna lekcija.
Most people, they will do whatever you say.
Većina ljudi će napraviti što god vi kažete.
Most people would say, it doesn't matter, this few dollars makes no difference.
Većina ljudi će reći, ma nema veze, tih par dolara.
But it was very amazing for me.
Ali za mene je to bilo jako važno.
So there are many people who are just getting the quick, fast money.
Dakle, postoje mnogi ljudi koji trče za tim brzim novcima.
But for me, it's very bad reputation of this hotel.
Ali za mene to je jako loša reputacija za taj hotel.
So I am not sure if I come back to this hotel.
I dakle, ja nisam siguran da li ću se vratiti u taj hotel.
Because they tried to cheat me twice.
Jer su me pokušali prevariti 2 puta.
Yes, I'm a foreigner.
Da, ja jesam stranac.
Yes, I'm a tourist.
Jesam turist.
But I'm not stupid.
Ali nisam glup.
Absolutely.
Apsolutno.
And so I don't want to talk about a nationality, but I just want to tell you how people feel as customers.
Dakle, ja vam sad ne želim pričati o nacionalnostima, nego kako se ljudi osjećaju kao stranke.
This is your potential for the future.
To je vaš potencijal za budućnost.
People don't know customer service.
Ljudi ne znaju rad sa strankama.
No clue.
Nemaju pojma.
Take it or leave it.
Uzmi ili ostavi.
There's no competition.
Nema natjecanja.
If you become good at customer service,
Ako postanete dobri u ophođenju sa strankama,
and remember customer service, I don't mean only the customers, but also your downlines, your distributors.
a kad govorim o strankama, ne mislim samo na one stranke, nego i na vaše downline, na vaše
You
poslovne
will
partnere.
always have a big business.
Vi ćete uvijek imati veliki posao.
Because a big difference in America, for example,
Jer velika je razlika u Americi, na
and
primjer.
not everything in America is perfect, okay? So I don't want to glorify America.
Ne želim glorificirati Ameriku jer nije ni tamo sve perfektno.
But if you work in the restaurants and so you only get paid on tip, on service, you do.
Ali ako radite u restoranu, njihova jedina plaća je naponica koju
And so
dobiju od gostiju.
it's not like this yet in Europe.
I tako u Europi još nije.
But this is the big potential what we have for ourselves.
Ali to je veliki potencijal koji imamo mi za nas.
But the other thing too was when I talk about the channel session,
A ona druga stvar, kad sam pričao o glavnom
there were many
seminaru,
people on the plane who just came in from Australia or from America.
bili su mnogi ljudi u avionu koji su došli iz Amerike ili
And it was
Australije.
beautiful how they were looking out the window.
I bilo je prekrasno kad su gledali kroz
And when
prozor.
they were landing,
I kad smo slijetali.
how they were hugging each other, how they were crying with each other.
Kako su se ljubili i grlili.
Because so many of Croatian people live outside of Croatia.
Jer toliko puno Hrvata živi van Hrvatske.
That's a very important point for you to understand.
To je jako važna točka za vas da razumijete.
Millions of people live all around the world.
Milijoni Hrvata žive negdje u svijetu.
So when you start to make name lists, don't make only name lists for the people who live in this area,
Dakle, kad radite listu imena, nemojte raditi samo listu imena Hrvata u Hrvatskoj,
but make a name list all over the world.
nego za cijeli svijet.
And so I wrote a couple of points down for you to help.
I tako sam se zapisao nekoliko točaka koje će vama pomoći.
Let's talk about doubling.
Ajmo pričati malo o dupliciranju.
I'm sure some of you wanted to think about doubling, whatever we can double, right?
Sigurno sam da su neki od vas razmislili što možemo udvostručiti.
Finderle was asking me yesterday, how can I double?
Gospodin Finderl me jučer pitao kako mogu udvostručiti.
What do you mean double? The kilo or what do you mean? You know?
Što misliš sa tim udvostručiti?
That's easy, just look
Kile
at me,
ili,
okay?
ili što misliš? To je lako, samo jedi.
But I want to talk a little bit about doubling.
Želim malo pričati o udvostručenjima.
But always remember the universal laws.
Ali uvijek se sjetite univerzalnih pravila.
Everything has to be in balance somewhere.
Sve mora biti u ravnoteži
Everything.
negdje. Sve.
Whatever you do here, there's an effect over here.
Što god radite lijevo, bit će efekt desno.
And when Jim Donnan was asked if you would start again new,
I kad je Jim Dornan pitao kad bi ti počinjao iz početka,
this is what I will talk on the second general session today.
o tome ću pričati na glavnom susretu
His
popodne.
number one point,
Njegova točka broj 1
what he would do different again,
je ono što bi on drugačije napravio.
it would be to dream bigger.
On bi sanjao veće.
And so when I say double,
I tako kad govorim udvostručiti,
my number one point for you,
ono točka broj 1 za vas,
double your dreams.
udvostručite vaše snove.
It takes courage to dream.
Potrebna je hrabrost za sanjanje.
For many people it's uncomfortable to dream.
Za mnoge ljude to je vrlo neugodno.
We are not used to think about it. We don't used to talk about it.
Oni nisu navikli da misle o tome i razmišljaju o tome.
And so start with your dream book. I hope you have dream books.
I počnete sa vašim knjigama snova. Ja se nadam da ih imate.
I hope you take time to drive around the nice parts of the city or on the coast.
Ja se nadam da se vozite po lijepim predjelima grada, gledate kuće ili po obali.
I just heard you have 1,000 kilometers of coastal land.
Čuo sam jutros da imamo 1000 kilometara obale.
Millions of tourists are coming in your country.
Milijoni turista dolaze u našu zemlju.
You have to have a beautiful house on the beach.
Vi morate imati prekrasnu kuću na plaži.
You have to. If you live in Croatia, you have to have it.
Ako živite u Hrvatskoj, vi to morate imati.
And if you live in Croatia and you have a house on the beach,
I ako živite u Hrvatskoj i imate kuću na plaži,
you have to have a boat.
onda morate imati i čamac.
Otherwise you're not normal.
Inače niste normalni.
You all have it, I know.
Vi ćete to imati, ja znam.
But you know, what you also need with this,
Ali ono što vam je uz to potrebno,
because many people have a house and many people have a boat,
mnogi ljudi imaju kuću i imaju gliser, čamac,
but you also need the time to enjoy it.
ali trebate i vrijeme da u tome uživate.
Ovdje strana A završava. Molimo, okrenite kazetu.
Problem for many successful people.
I tu leži problem za mnoge uspješne ljude.
I see them having houses here, houses there, yacht there, plane there,
Ja vidim da imaju kuće lijevo, kuće desno i lete iz jedne u drugu,
but they never have time to enjoy it.
ali nikad nemaju vremena za uživanje.
That's the mixture.
I u tome je mješavina.
So look, keep on dream building.
Dakle, gledajte da izgrađujete snove.
Work on it regularly.
Radite na tome
So
konstantno.
double your dreams.
Dakle, udvostručite vaše snove.
Next point.
Sljedeća točka.
Double your positive self-talk.
Udvostručite vaš razgovor sami sa sobom u pozitivnom smislu.
I don't want to go too much in this subject because I talked to the 30 plus before.
Ne želim ulaziti previše u tu temu jer sam o tome već govorio na 30 plus susretu.
Who of the people were the 30 plus? Can I see a show of hands, please?
Tko je od ovih ljudi bio na 30 plus? Mogu li vidjeti ruke?
Was it a good meeting?
Je li to bio dobar susret?
Did you hear some secrets?
Jeste li čule neke tajne?
And you were not there?
A vi niste bili tamo?
Na. This is the carrot, remember?
Sjetite se one mrkve.
Because you have to remember the little meetings, we don't always audio tape.
Jer morate znati, na tim malim susretima mi ne snimamo uvijek
At
kazete.
the little meetings we talk about the technique.
A na tim malim susretima se priča o tehnici.
Because when you talk to the people, what they mainly want is technique. That's why they come to the BBSs, right?
Jer kada razgovarate sa ljudima, ono što oni žele čuti je tehnika, zbog toga dolaze na
They
BBS.
always ask, will I learn more there?
Oni uvijek pitaju da li ću tamo naučiti,
Will I learn how to invite? Will I learn this and will I learn that?
da li ću naučiti na BBS-u kako se poziva, da li ću naučiti ovo ili
And he
ono.
says yes.
I svi mi kažemo da,
But you know it's no.
ali vi znate da je ne.
Because the people don't need technique.
Jer ljudima nije potrebna tehnika.
They think they need technique.
Oni misle samo da im je potrebna tehnika.
They need to see recognition.
Njima je potrebno da vide
They
priznanje,
need to see people on stage,
potrebno je da vide ljude na pozornici,
different personalities,
različite osobnosti,
people who are nervous,
ljude koji su nervozni,
people who are confident.
ljudi koji su sigurni,
They have to feel the atmosphere
moraju osjetiti atmosferu
and they have to think, I like this.
i moraju zamisliti u sebi, ovo mi se
I
sviđa,
like the people.
volim ove ljude,
And at the end they have to think, I can do that too.
i na kraju moraju pomisliti, ja to isto mogu.
That's all you can expect of a BBS.
To je sve što možete očekivati od BBS-a.
And if people really want to learn,
I ako ljudi stvarno žele učiti,
that's when they start to qualify for the 10 plus and 30 plus and all the other ones.
tada se počinju kvalificirati za 10 plus, 30 plus i sve one ostale.
But concerning self-talk,
Ali što se tiče razgovora
this
sa
is mainly
samima
this is mainly
sobom,
for the people who are not very confident.
to je uglavnom za one ljude koji nemaju puno
I
samopouzdanja.
was one of them.
Ja sam bio jedan od tih.
And it is important that you are confident.
A važno je da imate samopouzdanja.
You have to be confident.
Vi morate imati
And
samopouzdanje.
that's the most important thing you can give children, to give them confidence.
I to je ono najvažnije što možete dati svojoj djeci, da imaju samopouzdanje.
And so I had a success book,
I tako sam imao knjigu uspjeha
and every day
i svaki dan
I wrote down 5 things I did well today.
sam upisao 5 stvari koje sam danas uradio dobro.
Maybe something you did well in the business, something in the family, something in your job, something to yourself, whatever.
Možda nešto što ste dobro napravili u poslu ili u obitelji ili u vašem zanimanju, što god.
Because I often meet leaders who say, I don't believe in myself.
Jer ja često sretnem lidere koji kažu ja ne vjerujem u sebe.
I think I can't do it anymore.
Mislim da ne mogu više.
Open your success book
Otvorite vašu knjigu uspjeha
and look what an unbelievable, incredible Superman you are.
i pogledajte kakav ste nevjerovatan Superman.
And you think, wow, this is me.
I onda se misle, to sam ja.
You cannot wait for outside input always.
Ne možete uvijek čekati na vanjske
You cannot
utjecaje.
wait for the next weekend seminar. You cannot always wait for the new tapes. You cannot wait always for the next upline.
Ne možete uvijek čekati na nove kazete, na sljedeći upline, na sljedeći vikend seminar.
How can you build up yourself?
Kako se možete sami izgraditi?
So double your self-talk.
Dakle, udvostručite vaš pozitivni razgovor sam sa sobom.
When you make a phone call,
Kad razgovarate telefonom,
what is your expectancy?
što očekujete?
Are you thinking success?
Da li razmišljate pozitivno o uspjehu?
Are you thinking these people are waiting for my phone call?
Da li mislite da ti ljudi čekaju na moj poziv?
If you show the plan,
Ako pokazujete plan,
what is your expectancy?
što očekujete?
Are you just counting the plans? How many you have? I already made 14, one more.
Da li samo brojite planove? Evo, već sam sad napravio 14, još moram jedan.
Are you expecting them to start them?
Ili očekujete da ćete ih startati?
Because why should you go there otherwise?
Jer zbog čega biste inače išli tamo?
When you sponsor them,
Ako ih sponzorirate,
are you expecting them to start? Because that's a different step.
da li očekujete da ćete ih startati, jer to su dva različita koraka?
That's called expectancy.
To se zove očekivanja.
Most of you, your expectancy is too low.
Za većinu vas, vaša očekivanja su premala.
I expect the most.
Ja očekujem
I
najviše.
expect everything.
Ja očekujem sve.
But I'm not disappointed when it doesn't happen.
Ali nisam razočaran ako se ne dogodi.
But it does not cost you anything to expect little or to expect a lot.
Ali ništa vas ne košta više ako umjesto maloga očekujete jako puno.
It doesn't cost you money, it doesn't cost you time, nothing, it's free.
Ne košta vas vrijeme, ne košta vas novac, ne košta vas ništa, to je besplatno.
All it takes is discipline to get control of your thoughts.
Sve što je potrebno je disciplina da kontrolirate vaše misli.
When I phone, the people come.
Kada ja zovem, ljudi
When I
dolaze.
show the plan,
Kada ja pokazujem
I
marketing
have
plan,
results.
ja imam rezultate.
When I start,
Kada ja nekoga startam,
people become successful.
ljudi postaju uspješni.
That's my self-talk.
To su razgovori u meni.
That's a self-talk you have if you want to be a winner.
Takav razgovor ćete voditi sa sobom ako želite
So
biti
it doesn't matter
pobjednik.
in which job you are.
Uopće nije bitno u kojem ste poslu.
And the point on this self-talk is
I točka u tom razgovoru sami sa sobom,
we have very different personalities.
mi smo svi različite osobnosti.
What are your strengths?
Koje su vaše vrline?
You all know Coca-Cola?
Vi svi poznajete Coca-Colu,
You know how it tastes, you know how it looks, right?
znate kako izgleda i kakvog je
You all know
okusa.
McDonald's?
Svi poznajete McDonald's,
You know how it looks?
znate kako to
You know
izgleda
exactly what you get.
i znate točno što ćete dobiti.
This is called a trademark.
To se zove zaštitni znak.
If I talk about Sultan Heleni,
Ako govorim o Zoltanu Heleniju,
what's his trademark?
što je njegov zaštitni znak?
When he speaks, when you invite people,
kada
what can
govori-
the people expect from him?
Što ljudi mogu očekivati od njega kada govori?
If Mr. Suha comes,
Ako dođe gospodin Suhar,
what do I expect from him?
što možemo od njega očekivati?
If I have Gino Fatek coming,
Ako dolazi gospodin Gino Fotak,
what can I expect of Gino?
što mogu od njega
How can I
očekivati?
prepare my people for Gino?
Kako mogu pripremiti moje ljude za
You know,
Gino?
Gino is the one who's always laughing and smiling and choking and running around. It's all exciting. It's incredible.
Gino je taj koji se uvijek smije, smjuška, šeće okolo po pozornici, to je nevjerojatno.
Is that his trademark?
Je li to njegov zaštitni znak?
No.
Ne, nije.
So what is your trademark?
Dakle, koji je vaš zaštitni znak?
You don't even know it
Vi to još ni ne znate,
because you don't focus on your strength.
jer se ne fokusirate na vašu snagu.
What's my strength?
Što je moja vrlina?
Be somebody. Who are you?
Budite netko, tko ste vi?
Work on your strength.
Radite na vašim
And
vrlinama.
yes, we can change a little bit,
Da, mi možemo malo promijeniti,
but some of you will be more choleric and some of you will be sanguine. Wonderful.
ali neki od vas će biti više kolerici, a neki će biti sangvinici. To je
Don't try
super.
to be everything and everybody.
Nemojte pokušati biti sve i svatko.
And so think about your strength.
Dakle, razmišljate o vašim vrlinama.
Okay, increasing your average.
Ok, znači povećanje vaših prosjeka.
What this means is we have somebody in Austria, her name is Kurz Maria.
Mi imamo nekoga u Austriji, njezino ime je Kurz Maria.
She's the champion on average.
Ona je šampion prosjeka.
And she will come here as a speaker in July.
I ona će doći vamo kao govornik u 6. mjesecu.
And,
7. pardon.
and she has a trademark.
I ona ima zaštitni znak.
Fasten your seatbelts.
Zavežite se.
That's her trademark.
To je njezin zaštitni
And
znak.
her trademark is work ethic.
I njezin zaštitni znak je radna etika.
Because of her, Austria grew.
Zbog nje Austrija raste.
One person
Jedna osoba
made the difference for Austria.
je napravila razliku za cijelu Austriju.
Because, you know, everybody in Austria is comfortable, they have good lives, they make good money.
Jer, znate, svi u Austriji su komotni, zarađuju dobro, žive dobro.
Everybody knows Amway, everybody knows Network 21.
Svi znaju za MV, svi znaju za Network 21.
And she changed that.
A ona je to promijenila.
And so she will be here as a guest speaker in July for your next BBS.
Dakle, ona će biti gost govornik na vašem idućem BBS-u
And she will speak about average.
i ona će govoriti o prosjecima.
And so your homework until she comes,
I dakle, vaša domaća zadaća dok ona ne dođe,
how many people you have to invite and how many people come.
koliko ljudi vi morate pozvati da bi vam došao određeni broj ljudi.
What's your average?
Koji je vaš prosjek?
You need to know.
Vi to morate znati.
Because remember we talk about the business being predictable.
Jer sjetite se kad smo govorili da je posao predvidljiv.
The business is only predictable when I know I am predictable.
Posao je predvidljiv samo onda ako ja znam da sam predvidljiv.
Maybe I have to invite 10 people that 2 people come.
Možda moram pozvati 10 ljudi da 2 dođe.
If I exercise,
Ako vježbam,
10 and 3.
onda ću imati 3 od
If I
10.
exercise, 10 and 4.
Ako još vježbam, imat ću 4
When
od
I'm very
10.
good,
Kad sam jako dobar,
every second person comes.
onda će svaka druga osoba doći.
If I'm extremely good,
Ako sam nevjerojatno dobar,
80% of the people come.
80% ljudi dođu.
You want to become better
Želite postati
in
bolji
invitation?
na pozivu,
But if you don't know your average, how do you want to know?
ali ako ne znate koji je vaš prosjek, kako ćete znati?
I need to know my average first.
Ja prvo moram znati svoj prosjek.
And when I know my average, then I can get better.
A kad znam gdje sam, onda mogu postati bolji.
And it's the same when I have 10 people coming to the plan, how many follow-ups do I have? How many people do get started? How many people do become successful?
I ista je stvar kad dođe 10 ljudi na marketing plan, koliko će imati ugovorenih naknadnih termina, koliko će ljudi početi, koliko ljudi će postati uspješni.
And remember, for some of you, to keep statistics of this is easy, and for some it's a nightmare, okay?
I zapamtite, za neke od vas pisati takve statistike je jednostavno, a za neke je to noćna mora.
For whom is it a nightmare to keep statistics?
Za koga je noćna mora vodite statistiku?
Just do a little bit, okay?
Ok, napravite samo malo.
We are enough. We are happy with this.
Mi smo zadovoljni s tim.
Who loves statistics?
Tko voli statistike?
Reduce, reduce, reduce.
Smanjite ih, smanjite.
Remember, your strength,
Zapamtite, vaša vrlina,
your biggest strength is also your biggest weakness.
vaša najveća vrlina je istovremeno i vaša najveća mana.
So if I like to keep statistics,
Znači, ako ja volim raditi statistike
and I give you now homework for statistics,
i ja vam dam zadaće i statistike,
you're going to be a doctor to make better statistics and more
on ćete
statistics.
postati doktor statistike, moći ćete to super raditi.
Exactly the opposite.
Zapravo je upravo suprotno.
When you know you like it,
Kada znate da to volite,
only do a little bit.
onda radite to samo malo.
You know you don't like it,
Ako znate da ne volite to,
more please, okay?
radite malo više, može?
And so that's what we have to learn about ourselves.
To je ono što moramo naučiti o sebi.
And so the other thing is about the business plan.
I iduća stvar je o poslovnom planu.
Do you have a 3-year plan? Do you have a 1-year plan? Do you have a blah blah?
Imate li plan za 3 godine ili za 1 godinu ili za koliko?
And again, some of you will say, yes,
Neki od vas će opet reći da,
good, enough.
dobro, dovoljno.
Most of you say, no, I don't have any.
Većina vas će reći ne, nemam.
Make one, please.
Onda molim vas napravite ga.
Because you need something like this.
Jer potrebno vam je nešto u tom stilu.
And so as we know, we plan from weekend to weekend seminar.
I kako mi znamo, mi planiramo od vikend seminara do vikend seminara.
Will you be on stage? Who else will be on stage?
Hoćete li vi biti na pozornici ili neko drugi?
We make a monthly plan from BBS to BBS.
Radimo mjesečni plan od BBS-a do BBS-a.
And we make a plan from open to open.
I radimo plan od opena do opena.
And then we have a daily plan.
I onda imamo dnevni plan.
I see so many people working very hard,
Ja vidim toliko puno ljudi koji rade jako puno,
but they work so hard that they have no time to plan.
ali toliko puno rade da nemaju vremena za planiranje.
You first have to plan, then you do the work.
Vi prvo morate isplanirati, a onda raditi posao.
Make it a habit.
Učinite naviku iz toga.
We did it every Sunday,
Mi smo to radili svaku nedjelju,
Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon.
u nedjelju prije podne ili poslije podne.
My wife and myself were sitting together with the 2 timers,
Sjedili smo zajedno sa naša 2 rokovnika
and then we compared
i onda smo usporedili
what we should do, what she's doing, what I'm doing,
ono što bismo trebali napraviti, ono što će
Who's
ona napraviti,
working
ono
where,
što ću
with
ja,
whom?
ko će gdje s kim raditi,
which personality fits better to this couple or to this couple.
koja osobnost bolje paše ovom paru ili onom paru.
But we also look back, what was good last week,
Ali isto tako smo pogledali unatrag što je bilo
What
dobro
did we do
prošli
well?
tjedan, što smo napravili
and
dobro
what can we do better.
I što možemo napraviti bolje?
And so that's one point which is maybe interesting for you.
I to je jedna točka koja je jako interesantna za vas.
Then some people yesterday were asking me about how do you start people.
Neki ljudi jučer su me pitali kako se startaju ljudi.
You started with PV, how much PV, you started with the starter kit, you started with the weekend seminar tickets.
Da li ih startate sa bodovima, sa koliko bodova, da li sa vikend seminar kartom, sa starter kitom, s čime?
Because remember, we're still talking about doubling the numbers.
Jer sjetite se, mi još uvijek govorimo o udvostručenju brojeva.
So if I want to double, I will have to double my starter kits from Amway.
Dakle, ako želim udvostručiti, onda moram
I should
udvostručiti
double
svoje
my starter
starter
packs from
kitove
Network 21.
i svoje starter pakete od Networka 21.
And so I learned over the last years,
I ja sam naučio kroz proteklo razdoblje
there is kind of a direction.
da postoji jedna smjernica.
And depending on your personality,
I u ovisnosti o osobnosti,
some of you more strict and some of you are less strict.
neki od vas su više pravocrtni, a neki manje.
But I want to show you a folio
Pokazat ću vam foliju,
for you so you can see.
tako da možete vidjeti.
We are talking about being predictable.
Govorimo o tome da budete
How predictable is your PV?
predvidljivi. Koliko su predvidljivi vaši bodovi?
Because remember, every month I start from zero again.
Jer sjetite se, svaki mjesec počinjem
Just
ponovo
to
od
reach
nule.
the same level again, I have to be working.
Samo da dostignem isti stupanj kao prošli mjesec, ja moram raditi.
Just to requalify is already hard work sometimes.
Nekad je i samo rekvalifikacija teški posao.
So, first question is, how do you start people?
Dakle, prvo pitanje je kako startamo ljude?
Do I start them with 50 PV, 100 PV, or 200 PV?
Da li ih startam sa 50 bodova, 100 bodova ili 200 bodova?
Who starts with 50? Can I see a show of hands?
Ko starta ljude sa 50 bodova? Da vidim ruke.
Who starts with 100 PV?
Ko ih počinje sa 100 bodova?
Who starts with 200 PV?
Tko sa 200 bodova?
Who has no opinion?
Ko nema mišljenje?
I missed some.
Neke ruke nisam vidio.
So maybe it's your downline or your prospect is the boss, okay?
Ili je možda vaš downline ili vaš prospekt interesent taj koji je šef.
Number one,
Broj 1.
nobody starts without PV.
Nitko ne započinje bez bodova.
Not in our organization.
Ne u našoj organizaciji.
Either he starts with PV or otherwise, goodbye.
Ili počinje sa bodovima ili ne počinje.
That's number one.
To je broj 1.
So when you look at your computer list and you know all the new people,
I kad pogledate kompjutersku listu i vidite sve nove ljude,
everybody has PV.
svi imaju bodove.
Check it on the computer list. Have a check.
Provjerite to.
And if you have a choice, 100 or 200 PV, what do you prefer?
Ako imate izbor 100 bodova ili 200 bodova, koji ćete izabrati?
Would you like 200 PV?
Da li biste voljeli 200
Or
bodova
you're happy with 100 PV?
ili ste zadovoljni sa 100?
Who is for 100 PV?
Tko je za 100 bodova?
Who wants to have 200 PV?
Tko želi 200?
Who wants to have 400 PV?
Ko hoće 400?
I'm not stupid.
Ja nisam glup.
When we started the business,
Kad smo mi počeli posao,
we had average 400 PV each person.
mi smo imali prosjek od 400 bodova po osobi.
So with 30 people, we were 21%.
Dakle, sa 30 ljudi mi smo bili na 21%.
Some of you have 30 people and you're not even 6%.
Neki od vas ste imate 30 ljudi, a niste još ni 6%.
Those are the two extremes.
To su dva ekstrema.
But you have to remember of my speech, what I just said before about the hotel.
Ali sjetite se onog što sam govorio o hotelu.
It depends on the circumstances, depends on the people.
To ovisi o okolnostima, ovisi o ljudima.
If they have the money
Ako imaju novac
and they really want to start,
i stvarno žele početi,
I will try with 200 PV,
naravno da ću pokušati sa 200 bodova.
but I have to make sure
Ali moram se uvjeriti
that they feel good about it.
da se oni osjećaju dobro u vezi s tim.
The worst is I try to sell the 200 PV
Najgore je ako pokušam prodati tih 200 bodova
and they never want to see me again.
i oni me nikad više ne žele vidjeti.
Then you are stupid.
Onda ste glupi.
Then you have the old thinking,
Onda imate ono staro razmišljanje.
quick money.
Brzi novac.
That's not duplicatable.
To se ne može duplicirati.
Then it's better
Onda je bolje
if I sell 100 PV
ako prodam 100 bodova
and I make a good follow-up and show them how the products work.
i napravim dobar naknadni termin i pokažemo
They
kako
understand the
proizvodi
value, they like the products,
funkcioniraju, da oni razumiju vrijednost tih
and
proizvoda,
they're
da ih zavole,
positive.
da su pozitivni,
They want to stay customers or they want to stay in the business and keep ordering the products.
da žele ostati u poslu ili žele ostati kao stranke.
So you have to find your own way.
Dakle, vi morate pronaći vaš vlastiti način.
But on an average,
Ali u prosjeku,
it should be between 75 and 100 PV average within an organization.
Unutar vaše organizacije to bi trebao biti prosjek od između 75 i 100 bodova u prosjeku.
So you know if you have 10 new people, it's minimum 6, 7, 800 PV.
Znači, ako imate 10 novih upisa mjesečno, to je minimum 700-800 bodova.
And you will find out later when the people have more money and you have more products.
I vidjet ćete kasnije kad ljudi budu imali više novaca ili i kad imate više proizvoda.
Our average now at home is between 100 and 150 PV.
Naš prosjek u Austriji je između 100 i 150 bodova.
But the major point is not how I started people,
Ali najvažnija točka nije kako počinjem s ljudima,
but the major point is how predictable are you?
nego kako ste vi predvidljivi.
These are our personal PVs.
Ovo su naši osobni bodovi.
And you as a leader,
I vi kao lider,
you should be able to do this the same to your people.
vi biste trebali biti u stanju da isto tako to pokažete vašim ljudima.
Remember, you can lie to yourself, but you never can lie to your subconscious mind.
Vi možete lagati drugim ljudima, ali nikada samom sebi.
So this is our PV in September.
Dakle, ovo su bili naši bodovi u
Personal PV.
9. mjesecu. Osobni bodovi.
264.
264 u
In
rujnu.
October, 517.
U 10. 517.
In November, 696.
U 11. mjesecu 696.
In December,
12. mjesec
519.
519.
In January, 377.
Prvi mjesec 377.
In February, we had 129.
Drugi 199.
And in March, we had 822.
I u 3. mjesecu 822.
So our personal average
Dakle, naš osobni prosjek
as a crown
kao kruna
is 400 PV per month.
je 400 bodova mjesečno.
I need an applause, please.
Mogu dobiti aplauz, molim?
And you can be sure I do not go from door to door.
I možete biti sigurni da ne idem od vrata do vrata.
But this is showing a lot of plans.
Ali to znači pokazivanje puno planova.
And out of these many customers, they really become a few very good customers.
I od tih puno stranaka osjećam nekoliko jako dobrih stranaka.
Find 20 good customers.
Nađite 20 dobrih stranaka.
They love you, they love the products, and they will order them from you all the time.
Oni će voljeti vas, volit će proizvode i oni će naručivati od vas uvijek.
And the people make money.
I ljudi zarađuju novac.
It's your responsibility as a leader
To je vaša odgovornost kao lider
that the people go very fast, 3%.
da ljudi jako brzo postanu 3%.
If possible in the first month.
Ako moguće u prvom mjesecu.
Own PV, personal PV,
Znači osobni promet
and you help them to go Quicksilver Express.
i pomognete im da postanu Quicksilver Express.
That's what you have to do.
To je ono što morate napraviti.
And so to do that, you have to first sponsor.
Da biste vi to mogli napraviti, vi morate prvo sponzorirati.
That's another thing for you.
Evo još jedna stvar za vas.
This is a bonus statement from a diamond in North Germany.
Ovo je od jednog dijamanta iz Njemačke.
He has more than 50 bonus legs.
On ima više od 50 bonus noga.
And this is only his personal group.
Ovo je samo njegova osobna grupa.
Has nothing to do with his 6 qualified legs.
To nema nikakve veze s onih 6 nogu koje su kvalificirale, s kojima je postao dijamant.
Only on this,
Samo na ovome
he has 8,500 German marks every month.
on ima 8500 maraka svaki mjesec.
Isn't that exciting?
Nije li to uzbuđujuće?
And he built this up.
I on je to izgradio.
So he never stopped sponsoring.
On nikada nije prestao sponzorirati.
And that's an important point for you too.
I to je jedna važna točka i za vas.
Make it a habit
Učinite to navikom
just to show the plan and sponsor people.
da pokazujete marketing plan i da sponzorirate ljude.
And remember, when you're new,
I zapamtite kad ste novi,
sponsor 10 people.
sponzorirajte odmah 10 ljudi.
And out of those 10 people, the upline will help you to find 1 or 2 or 3 people.
I iz tih 10 upline će vam pomoći da pronađete onih pravih 1, 2 ili 3.
And then later on, counsel upline.
I nakon toga savjetujte se sa vašim uplineom.
Because some of you, that means 95% of you,
Jer neki od vas, a to znači 95% od vas,
need more front lines.
trebaju više frontlinea.
But 5% of you,
Ali za onih 5% od vas,
you have to focus more on building the depth.
vi se morate fokusirati više na gradnju dubine.
And so some people always get confused, what do I need to do?
I tako se neki ljudi uvijek zbune što trebam raditi.
Your focus every month should be
Vaš fokus svaki mjesec bi trebao biti
Quick Silver Express.
Quick Silver Express.
You sponsor new frontline, you help them to go too wide and too deep.
Da sponzorirate 2 nova fronta i da im pomognete da idu u dubinu.
Average 75 PV,
Da imate u prosjeku po 75 bodova.
so it's 350 PV approximately.
To je otprilike 350 bodova.
If you work in depth,
Ako radite u dubini,
what do you have to focus on?
o čemu, na što se morate fokusirati?
Quick Silver Express.
Quick Silver Express.
That's all.
To je sve.
It's simple.
Vrlo jednostavno.
But you're sometimes running all around, and at the end, what did you do? A lot of circles somewhere.
A mi trčimo okolo i radimo nešto i šta smo na kraju napravili? Crtali smo puno kružića.
Too
Negdje.
wide, too deep.
2 u širinu, 2 u
That's the
dubinu.
work of the month.
To je posao mjeseca.
It doesn't matter if I did it front
Nije bitno da li sam to napravio u širinu
or if I did it in depth.
ili u dubini.
Thank you very much and have a safe trip home.
Hvala vam puno i putujte dobro kući.